Hello everyone. For this video in particular, I'm going to be going into Oppenheimer. But before I do, I want to say a few things that are important. First, how Oppenheimer was treated after they created, I believe, the H-bomb that changed the whole war factor. And what did the government do in return? Try to discredit him for what he done, based on his views on how the weapon should be used, and his opinions on certain matters. And that's how the government was scummy by that point. And of course, it was orchestrated by someone he knew and then rose up to the ranks. And the same thing happened to Einstein as well, if I believe. They get awards, but it wasn't for him, it was for them. So Oppenheimer had to go through the same exact thing, and he was denied his clearance, security clearance, because of all this stuff that Strauss basically started. Out of jealousy, after being humiliated and stuff like that. And the worst part of it all was how President Truman disrespected Oppenheimer for being human and didn't want the bomb to be used as a weapon. And in the book, it was way worse. In the movie, he called him a crybaby for voicing his opinion and not using the weapon it should have been used. In the book, it was 10 times worse. And I read the book about it. About the whole debacle. But think about that. If you achieve something that you want to achieve and do it, the government, the US government in mind, would try to demean you, discredit you, and put you through the dirt. Think about that. And of course, this was back then. Now it's getting cleaned up, but way back when, it was more corrupt. So, with all that in mind and said, that's the mindset you're gonna get into this movie. A man treated unfairly after his accomplishments and being denied something that shouldn't have been denied in the first place. And in the end, he was a respected scientist and deserved more respect back then from the government. And from the scientist's point of view, he had the most respect from them because they had one common goal: to make the world a better place by making discoveries and not exploiting these achievements for their own benefit, but for the world. And that's what the government in this film, before it got cleaned up, or getting cleaned up as we speak, that they didn't do. They did it for themselves. Plain and simple. But with all of that out of the way, then you'll understand the atmosphere for this film and how he was treated unfairly. So, first I want to say thank you to the people that made this possible for me. Without all of you, I will not be here. So, thank you to my supporters, my haters, and those who were with me on day one since I started this new journey 2 years ago. Without all of you, I won't be here, so I want to say thank you for your respect and loyalty to this channel, and will take it seriously. If you like what I do on this channel, I do TV show reviews, movie reviews, and gaming reviews. So if you like those things, you'll have a ball on my channel. If you like what you see and want to subscribe, my channel is at History Buff 2.0. Can't miss it. And If you want to comment down below, like, share, all the good stuff. And please hit the notification bell down below as well, so you can see my videos first. With all that out of the way, with this review, I'm basically gonna put it like this. It's gonna be agree to disagree opinion on this one because it's kind of controversial. Speaking our minds on certain matters that the U.S. government didn't want us to give our feedback to. A prime example of this was the H-bomb, was led to other bombs, a whole series of bombs because of Oppenheimer. Think of Einstein. Einstein made discoveries, and after those discoveries, he was put through the mud. He was seen as an outcast from his country, and he came to the U.S. Now the same thing happened to Oppenheimer, and if this happens to people who achieve great heights versus great country, that tells me something has to be changed so this doesn't happen again. That's just how I look at it. This movie was a teachable moment. They denied him his clearance and denied him any recognition until he was old age. And of course he died of cancer from smoking and all that. So, to me, I think it might have been a mechanism or something, but to calm his nerves. But he was denied the respect by the government until many, many years later because of Strauss and these goons who had the cojones to hurt a man who wanted to do great things to help this country in a positive light, and yet turned it into a spectacle, I said correctly, spectacle, sorry about that, my stuttering, and use it only to help them, and not help the people and the government in a positive way. So this film was a teachable moment in a lot of ways. As Ray said, Oppenheimer was seen through the mud, so was Einstein, for their ideals, and was treated like garbage by their governments until they were finally recognized and was finally shown respect at an elderly age. As of now, things are changing, as we all know. But back then, it was more corrupt than it was 6 months ago. So, that's how I just view the movie, and how Oppenheimer was treated. And of course, he made mistakes. We all make mistakes, and they justified his mistakes and used it against him to make their point and make him as a scapegoat. And Strauss was denied being in a cabinet with the president because of his arrogance and jealousy and everything else. Because of 3 people, especially JFK, who was a senator during that time. But that's all we're going to say about the film. But if you don't know about Oppenheimer, his story's tragic in a lot of ways, but yet rewarding at the same time. Same thing with Einstein. So, if you never heard of this film and want to watch it, just be in mind it's like 3 hours, 3.5 hours, and read the book also, because the book fills in a lot of more details than the movie's letting on. And you understand more of what he went through in the book than the movie. In the movie, it shows half of the content why he was treated that way. In the book, it shows 10 times more and the full context. So, but other than that, I'll end the review here. And I want to say thank you to the people that made this possible for me. Without all of you, I wouldn't be here. And remember, if you want to achieve something phenomenal and outshine the people that don't want to do the work. Just be prepared that people will want to bring you down, bring your name through the mud, and try to discredit you for doing something really impactful for a greater good for the world that we live in. So just keep that in mind. Comment down below, like, share, and also please subscribe if you like what you see and hear. And please hit the notification bell down below. That's all I gotta say. May God bless you all, and stay safe.